The purpose of today is to showcase what is happening in this industry and why all these products are so important.
So how do people know what is honestly healthful? Particularly when they also bear this title, or they are in the natural, organic, non-GMO, etc.
25 million people are going to starve this year. That doesn't even account for the amount of people in 2050, which, by then most people will probably be getting most of their protein sources from plants. What we're doing on ESPN and UFC fighters, Meat vs. Vegan fighters, can see to show that for the first time, hey, it doesn't matter, you don't need meat to be as good as you can and have champions. 2,400 gallons of water, make 1 pound of meat, whereas 25 gallons of water make 1 pound of a grain.
There's a disconnect between the information about healthy products and equating it to health.
Do you know why it's important to use a green laundry detergent? Do you realize that the skin is the largest organ on your body and you absorb things quicker through your skin than what you put into your mouth? Unless a company chooses to self-disclose, you don't even know what's in the cleaning products. 5 to 70 times greater air pollution inside our homes than outside our homes because of toxic cleaning products, and people don't understand that. If we can pass legislation in California that requires the disclosure of ingredients in cleaning products, it's really going to change the way businesses across America do business. You use your money, you vote with your money. I think a lot of people feel really disempowered these days, but people should know that there's so much power to vote with your dollars. It tests, number 1, do you have the greenest ingredients available in the class? And number 2, is the product efficacious, right? Because if it doesn't work, it's not really sustainable.
Where we really need to put the microscope on, is it the foods that we're ingesting? And can we refocus to real foods? We have a responsibility to make sure it's accessible to all. And that's why we're moving into the conventional channel. At the end of the day, people like healthy because it's delicious and it makes them feel good. It takes a whole team of food scientists and a real understanding of what those laws are so that we're always on the right side of the law.
Fashion and textiles account for 10% of the world's carbon impact, 20% of the world's freshwater pollution. We use over 3 trillion gallons a year in the fashion industry. And I happen to be on the board of the Organic Trade Association, and we just recently launched an Organic Fiber Council to address this connecting of the dots. We start with our basic need being food, but then we evolve where clothing and shelter are also part of our basic needs. So MetaWear lives at this intersection of the natural products industry, where we make t-shirts for brands like Cliff Bar and Earthbound Farms and Nature's Path and Earth-Friendly Products, and we also live in the fashion industry where we make products for Macy's and Target. We figured out how to actually dye the fiber using a seaweed as a base, which would allow us to be free of all the toxic chemicals that are typical in dyeing and printing.
No one under the age of 45 bought skincare 10 years ago, and today it is the millennial market. That is actually where it is. I was the head of marketing for L'Oreal Paris. I had no awareness of the fact that safety was important in the cosmetic industry. No awareness. Cosmetic companies can essentially put anything they want on their package. They can say anything, they disclose or not disclose anything they so choose, and they all get to decide together what is the appropriate way to sort of think about that. So what's exciting to me is the FDA is finally waking up. I'm a USDA certified organic plant, right? I meet the USDA standard. I'm a food plant making beauty products.
Jackfruit, which has been consumed as a meat alternative in India for hundreds if not thousands of years because it has a meaty texture on its own, was a solution, something that we're really looking for in the meat alternative category. There's a super abundance of jackfruit in India right now. It's all growing there because it supports healthy ecosystems. It's drought resistant. People would plant it to give shade to crops they could actually sell. It certainly been planted in all these different areas in India because people believe that it does regenerate the soil.
It's about 8.5 grams of protein in a serving. 50% of the entire seed is omega-3, 6, 9 oils. It's very peanut-like. It's almost like a peanut. It eats a pistachio, it eats a cashew. It's one of the most sustainable protein sources in the world. It's the highest protein per acre you can grow, and it grows in these beautiful star pods that grow on a perennial vine on the slope sides of watersheds in the rainforest regions. So this grows in South America and Southeast Asia.
So we see superfoods and these regenerative supply chains as a huge aspect of giving these cultures choices.
We have to look at the full cycle of what we do. Everything from transportation, we're looking into sail trade, so working with sailing companies that would bring in shipping containers instead of using gasoline-powered ships. But our biggest one, and this is our choice in glass, is staying away from the plastics industry.
So we wanted to have a product that was organic. We wanted to have a product that was made in the U.S. because we really thought buy local was a big idea. So our partner is the Coca-Cola company. We work with Coca-Cola to put our products on their trucks. And we feel that we're putting a healthy, efficacious local product on shelves for everybody. I think if you look at how big this show has gotten and how many Fortune 500 or how many Fortune 50 companies are here, this is a way to make money.
The democratization of natural products is a very important thing because if we are interested in what natural products can do for us as a human species, then we need to jump on already moving trends.